So this is Brian and Deana, and we are rolling out of their mountaintop biker resort. And the interesting thing about this driveway here is it doesn't look that bad because we're rolling down pretty quick. And Brian is riding with Deana on an ultra limited, which does not have knobby tires on it. It's not really that tricky. It's got a couple of ruts in it, but you can see Brian's a pro. 2 switchbacks on his driveway, and the next one we're going to see here shortly is the really tricky one. But yeah, we just wanted to give you a brief taste of Brian's driveway because it's pretty notorious for getting all his visitors on motorcycles. The driveway didn't get me. The parking the bike in his garage got me, as you may have seen a few days back on a previous video. But we're coming up on this the gnarliest of the switchbacks here. This is a really tricky one. Going down is probably a lot worse because it's probably 50 feet. If you miss the turn, and you really need to know what you're doing with clutch, throttle, and brake. And of course, this is Big Hill Road, Brian's personal racetrack, and this is kind of hairy too. It's got a few switchbacks on it, but the most dangerous thing about this road is attempting to stay with Brian and his wife on this. And their 900-pound bike is much more closer resembling a sport bike, and he brags all the time about passing sport bikes. Now we're on Lord's Ferry Road here, also known as Murderer's Gulch, and we'll get to that very shortly. But I want you to take a look at this thing. This is one of Brian's favorite roads. Obviously, he likes to take visitors up here. He likes to take his motorcycle buddies on this. And what you can't really see very well is there's probably about a 75-foot drop on one side of this canyon as you're going down and going up the other side. It's pretty dramatic. And of course, we're going way too fast on this road as usual. But the dramatic thing is not just the views, but a lot of the history. Ward's Ferry Road is about 16 miles long, north to south, in the Sierra Nevada mountains, Tuolumne County. It's one of the oldest road corridors in the county, having been set up as a ferry crossing by Joseph Ward during 1850. Ward's Ferry Road was once the primary connecting highway between the communities of Big Oak, Flat, and Sonora. It is most well known from its largely one-lane wide alignment through Murderer's Gulch, where it crosses the Tuolumne River, with a heavily graffitied 1971 Ward's Ferry Bridge. A ferry crossing for the Tuolumne River was developed by Joseph Ward during 1850. Joseph Ward was ultimately murdered by highway robbers during 1854, just 4 years after he started his ferry crossing. The murder of Joseph Ward would be the inspiration for the name for what is now known as Murderer's Gulch. During an 1879 build, a tolled suspension bridge was constructed at the same location. The 1879 Ward's Ferry suspension bridge, the toll bridge, was burned by bandits in 1891 to cover the murder of the toll taker Charles Pease and his friend Byron Lowe. The 1879 Ward's Ferry Bridge can be seen in the photo below. More recently, David Roy Stanton was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison for the 2007 shooting of John Flaherty. I could not really find much information on the murder itself, probably because the murderer did not admit to what happened, but apparently Stanton and his sister conspired to kill this Flaherty guy and shot him and put him in his car and pushed his car off of the roadway just south of the bridge. Pretty interesting stuff.
Yep. And it changes. I mean, you can come down here every day and it'll be different because the rocks fall down. You really got to pay attention.
That's funny.
The rougher side, isn't it? I like this side better. Normally I come in from that way and I go out that way. That's the short side. It's longer this way.
Yeah.
Well, there's where the original old Ward's Ferry. This they call this.
Oh, okay. So it just came down here. Okay.
It's called Murderer's Gulch because I think it was John Ward. His last name was Ward.
Yeah.
But he ran the ferry that crossed right here, and so you can see the cement.
Oh yeah.
And the cement
both sides.
there. And they come down the wagon, the wagons, horses and stuff, and then he would ferry them across. And so some robbers waited until the end of the evening, and they murdered him down here. But there's been several murders down here. But,
sure, it's a good place to dump trash and bodies.
This is a good place, yeah. But it was the old road from Groveland to connect Groveland and the valley and Sonora.
And apparently there's some gold mining out here.
Yeah, the guys would be down here mining, and then they would they'd pay Ward in gold to ferry him across.
Right.
And
apparently somebody wanted his gold.
They knew he would have gold by the end of the day and money, and so they murdered him. That's why this is called Ward's Ferry Road.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And now it's the Painted Bridge, or Graffiti Bridge. It's got several names.
Yeah. Well, it's iconic. I mean, I've seen it more.
I mean, a lot of people hate graffiti and stuff, but I mean, you can't stop the kids from doing it. And, and now it's actually kind of turned into its own art that changes every time you come down here because people just continuously paint. Right. And now it's became a motorcycle destination. People come because of the road in and out. Right. I don't know if you filmed any of the road coming in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so it's not a road for beginners, but
no, it's not.
It makes for good pictures though on bikes. All the graffiti.
Oh sure.
Stuff. So for like some of my friends, this is like the most requested place I get. People will say, "Hey, will you take me to Graffiti Bridge?" Yeah. They hear about it all over. You can Google it and see Graffiti Bridge. Right. Party boat.
Got a shade and everything, man.
He's all holding up a beer.
Yeah. Tell me a party boat. Just kicking it, baby. And of course, just as we were leaving, a couple of motorcycles pulled up. And I think there was one other vehicle that came through here. We were probably here 30-40 minutes just hanging out and chilling. It's a great location, and of course it's iconic. Not just the graffiti bridge, the isolation, the one-lane road. Basically you can get two vehicles in here. It's just it's going to be a tight squeeze, and you really need to pay attention to where you're going. You saw coming down on the other side, or coming down on the opposite side of the river, there was rocks in the road. There was a repaired piece of dirt patch on the road. I'm sure that the road is closed because there was a sign on the other side coming in. The road was closed and they had some Jersey barriers up, but clearly somebody moved the Jersey barriers to allow traffic, because it would be really a shame to not have access to this amazing piece of history and the ride and the beauty rolling up and down this canyon. It's quite an amazing experience, and to know the history behind it, it's all kind of cool. And this is not a really unusual road, except for the narrowness. There's roads like this all over the foothills here in the Sierras. But this is just a little bit further, a little bit more remote, much tighter road, and much more scenic. So I would suggest that if you have a chance to get out here, that you take the opportunity, just because it's something that's unforgettable. And a lot of people, what I've seen online is just pictures of motorcycles lined up on that bridge. That's a little bit unusual, but I've been to quite a few bridges since then in this area. That you could do the same thing. Just park on the bridge, and nobody's going to say anything because there's probably only going to be 2 or 3 people that pass you. So it's not like a heavily trafficked bridge. I don't think anybody's going to give you a ticket for hanging out, drinking beer, or fishing, or whatever you want to do on these bridges. It's very cool. And like I said, iconic and a little bit breathtaking because you're so near the edge. You got to pay attention. And there's a high cost for not paying attention. Like, get out here and ride Ward's Ferry Road, hang out on the bridge, and do like Brian and Dean and I. We had fun. This is a good trip, and you should get out here too.